and I'm back with Game 3 of Call to War against David Bell and his Tomb Kings. So David also played Nick in his Game 5, so go back and have a little watch of that. Yeah, quite a good game. So he didn't fare too well in either of these, unfortunately, but we will swiftly be getting onto that in a moment. So okay, so on to deployment. I cast up in the middle. I thought it would be quite good to anchor around this building, because I do find that sometimes when I've got my units in horde formation, because my hammers go in horde, quite a lot of the time they go in single file, but in this case I wanted them in horde to match up against his horde block. I find that the deployment gets a bit wide, so I thought I'd anchor around this building that was directly in the middle. And as you can see, War Machine's pretty standard stuff, to be honest. His deployment, this is his far left side, and he puts 2 units of scouting horsemen to the left of me, 12 inches away, and he puts a unit of their so-called heavy cav on the far left as well. He has the casket. He has 30 tomb guard. That's the ones. He has his necro sphinx behind that. His 20. His horde of archers and his big unit of chariots to the right of that, and then a war sphinx on the far right, defending that flank. Okay, so we go into my first turn. This is basically just, I don't really do a lot. I sort of edge up with things because I'm quite happy with my deployment. I'm quite happy for him to come to me to start off with. I just sort of push up with my warriors on the far left, and he has a unit of swarms that can come up from underground. I think I gave these things way too much credit, because I was a bit worried about them, because I didn't really want them to get into my war machines. So I defend off the flank with my gyrocopter on the far left, and then just sort of push around. There's nothing really threatening me over there at the moment. I go into the shooting phase, and I think the first shot I do is from my strength 5 stone thrower. I fire it, I misfire, got the engineer for the reroll, misfire again, and then roll a 1. So that one goes, which is quite kind of problematic, because that's good for taking out his blocks. We go into a bit more of the shooting phase, and I think it was either, I can't remember what it was, but I think I shot off his no, I know, it was the organ gun, I think. No, it was the Quarrelers. The Quarrelers shoot off some of the horsemen, because I think that's what they were in range of, and I just thought it would be easier to just start getting rid of things on that flank. So he pushes up in this one. Nothing else happening there. So that's literally it in that phase. He just pushes up, nothing, no magic really going off, nothing for him to do, don't let the casket go off. Shooting doesn't really do anything, because he's only in range of the building at this point, and he's not, it's what, 5s to hit, 5s to wound, and then I've got my little banner 5-up ward as well, so nothing really happening there. Okay, this is a rather successful shooting phase. I managed to kill off his War Sphinx with probably the cannon and the stone thrower, and then I start to shoot off his chariots, because they're just irritating. They're not too much of a threat. I know I can easily grind them out, but it's the impact hits that they do beforehand that will be an issue. So I organ gun those. I think I roll a 10 and kill like 4 of them or something ridiculous. Yeah, because I think I wound. Yeah, I wound with, what is it? No, I couldn't have killed 4. I think it was with mass shooting from the Quarrelers as well. I managed to kill 4 in the end, so he's only down to 2 models and the Tomb King. So not looking too good there. I charged with my gyrocopter into his the archers, the archer horsemen. Don't manage to kill them, unfortunately. The little 2-man unit that I shot earlier. I fire at his Necrosphinx, and that's either saying that I did 1 wound to it, or it's saying that I've done 6 wounds to it, but we'll find out later on. Okay, so in his turn, he charges the flank of my gyrocopter, because I was hoping to just kill off those 2, or at least make it crumble, but I think he managed to do a wound to me, actually, which makes a big difference in the combat res. I managed to kill it off, though, in the combat, and turn to face. The other units flank charge me, and I stick around. He does some magic, and he gets a chariot back on 1 or 2 wounds, which I wasn't really too bothered with. That's fine. Okay, now I fire at the Necrosphinx again and take it down to 3 wounds. So it's only got 3 wounds now, or it's taken 2. I'm not quite sure how he's doing the dice, but either way, it's on 2 or 3 wounds. Oh yeah, sorry, that was in my shooting. So if we go back, yeah, so he does his magic phase, and then that's it for that one. No combats, because I've just resolved the combat over there. And then his Necrosphinx takes some wounds off that. And then it's my shooting, my phase. I don't do any moving yet. I think I just twist around a little bit. There's nothing really threatening me too much. So I go to town on the chariots again, and I just take the Tomb King down to 1 wound, and the rest of his unit's gone. So it means he can't raise them at all, or anything like that. I think I roll some horrible stuff with the organ gun. I just really want 2 of them now. Whether or not it's going to be particularly good, because they blow up quite easily, you know, just as easy as any other war machines in any other army. Not compared to Dwarf, but you know, they're quite explodable, as it were. So yeah, we'll have to do with that. Oh, and then I take him out. I think I take him out with Quarreler shooting, actually. Yeah, because he hasn't got that good an armor save. It's like a 4-up or something. It goes to a 5-up, or I'm not quite sure. But either way, it's gone. So the combat continues. My grudge throw against that unit of horsemen. Okay, sorry about that. My computer is deciding to be rather slow. Okay, so he charges in his turn. He charges his Necrosphinx into my unit of hammerers. I understand that he needs to get it into combat as quickly as possible, but this won't end well for him, because even though I'm hitting him on 3s, wounding him on 6s, I strip away his armor save with my strength, and he won't really do a lot to me. I'm sticking around. I've got my lords to hit him as well. He does try to killing blow my lord and my BSB, but we all know that the standard combination you put on a dwarf lord and BSB is give them rune of preservation, which makes them immune to killing blow, heroic killing blow, and poison. Nifty item, very helpful for times like this. So that's it. This is him moving up on his left flank, starts bringing his horsemen round. The blocks start coming a bit closer. He was very slow in his movement. I know Tomb Kings are very slow in their movement, but I think he should have been doing the spell that makes him move quick. I think it's Desert Wind, his signature, just because he needs to get in my face a bit quicker if he's going to do anything. But the problem is he does have to deal with a shed load of dwarfs with great weapons, so you know, might not end too well in the end. Okay, so in my shooting phase, I think my cannon has disappeared. This is interesting. I have a rather poor memory. I could only imagine that I destroyed it by myself. His shooting wouldn't have done it. Yeah, I think I blew it up on my own, which is, yeah, I think it was another re-roll with Rune of Forging, get a misfire again, roll a 1, so, you know, or a 2, because that's all it needs. So either way that goes, which is fine, because I got rid of the big gribblies I need to. Oh, and as you can see in these pictures, the Necrosphinx has died, so it died in that combat phase through doing a couple wounds and crumbling. Okay, so that was my shooting done. Sorry, this picture's a bit out of phase. I need to sort this out for the next game. Okay, so my his horsemen charge into my warrior block on the far left, which is fair enough. I don't think that will probably end well too well for him, but you know, I think he's getting a bit desperate here to get points. I've done worse things while I've been playing to try and get more points. So, and this is how it resolves, really. Nothing left. He kills 4 of my guys. I think I kill 5 or 6 of his. 3's to hit, 2's to kill, and then he crumbles. So they're gone. This is me coming around. He's doing quite a lot of shooting on my building now. I've taken 9 wounds, I think, from it. So I'm making some space left and right. I've got enough points here, so I figure I'm just going to run away. One thing I forgot to ask is, what are your tomb guard armed with? They look like they're armed with hand weapon and shield, and I'm assuming they are, but my own stupidity, I didn't think to ask. So if they were armed with halberds, I thought I couldn't have them, because either way I'm going to be stripping them away of their armour saves. But it's the initiative that's the problem. It's the 4's to hit, 3's to kill scenario, so I thought, well, I didn't want to go near those, so I started making space to fly out the back of that building. Okay, so that's a picture of shooting. So I'm whittling down his guard. Combat is continuing. I've taken that unit of 6 down to 2 with my gyrocopter. So the next picture loads up. Oh, and then he gets a spell. He gets smiting off, I think, or something. I think he gets something insignificant off. I don't think it's smite. I think it's like killing blow or something. And he gets D6 back, or D3 back plus 2, or whatever the attribute is. So they go back to full strength on the gyrocopter. This is just a picture of me whittling down the guard even further. Casket was gone through war machines. I think he was out of the way of the cannon, but the grudge thrower had an indirect shot. Picture of the overall battlefield. This is me. I just threw out my because he's whittling them right down now, so I throw my crossbows out the back. So that's it. That's how the game ended in the end. A bit of a standoff, unfortunately, but because he was so slow. And this is what I was talking about earlier, that I need to be far more aggressive with my combat blocks, because I could have just thrown these units into combat, just start pushing up, maybe force him to charge, maybe I get a decent charge, and start, I don't need to whittle down those tomb guard nearly as much. It's just I don't trust my combat blocks, I trust my shooting to do all the killing. But that's not where the points are, because there's always something left at the end. This is why I'm thinking of not having the grudge throwers and start going for the cannons, because the cannons can just take out the big things. The organ guns can start picking on the units, start whittling them down, and then start getting into combat. Because the dwarves don't have anything special with rerolls or anything like that, but they have a naturally high weapon skill across the board. And you give them great weapons, and they're good. They've got good hitting potential as well. Just no multiple attacks, no hatred or anything like that, or no way of getting it. So, but either way, I'll be able to take on these blocks one-on-one, and this is what I should be doing. And I think that's what I started to do more so in the later games, but only because I was forced to, really, in the situations that will come up later. But yeah, that's one thing I need to take away. I'm going to make a more combat-y army, because I think I feel like I'd play better with that, because I'm more of an aggressive player. I like to play more aggressively, but with my dwarves I've kind of gone completely the other way now and just gone, I'm being defensive because that's all I've got, or that's all I feel I've got, so I need to start relying on these combat blocks to do something, whittle them down and then get into combat to finish them off. But anyway, for some reason I don't have any of the scores, and I don't have my book, annoyingly, the little pack that we got at the beginning to write down scores and what the armies had and everything like that and points. So I think it ended up in a 16-4, something like that. I know it was quite a big win, because he got some points off me just because I ended up blowing up my own war machines. So yeah, not a massive, not as big as a win as I should have pushed for, really. I should have been pushing for a big one. I should have been pushing for a 20-0. But he was a great guy, really nice guy. Happy to play him again. He had an interesting army, and I think he enjoyed playing it. So anyway, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for game 4. Alright, goodbye.